unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty mouth radio. This is unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty mouth radio. Dirty mouth radio. This is unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty mouth radio. This is unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty mouth radio.
What up? It's your boy Comedic Energy from Dirty Mouth Radio, having to jump in to your episode real quick just to let you know that this is a 2-part episode. This is just the first part. The conversation was so engaging, we just couldn't stop there. However, we are limited on time, so the second part is going to come soon. Alright, check this out. What up? It's your boy Comedic Energy, and this is Dirty Mouth Radio. Dirty Mouth Radio, produced by Live Wire Sound and Entertainment.
Oh, this nigga. He know how to fucking show up.
Oh, whatever. We got special guests in the building. I'll let everybody introduce themselves. Let's go around the room.
It's your girl Golden. Keisha Nesbitt for the Devine Vessel LLC.
Joe Nesbitt.
Sade.
Your boy Cray.
Yeah. What's poppin', peoples? What's really good? How everybody been doing?
We good.
Y'all good?
Tired after this Exodus week, though.
Oh, yeah. I know that thing was real. Yeah. I'm tired as hell, too, man. I just got off from Atlanta. Like, literally just got back.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And I'm on my way out.
She on countdown, too.
She might dip out on us. But it's all good. We still love her anyway. So y'all been looking at the news?
Of course.
Yes. We gotta stay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, man. What y'all think?
We're trying to figure out if they found Tiffany Dover.
Tiffany Dover. Speak on that a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Who's Tiffany Dover?
Tiffany Dover is the nurse that had the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the one that passed out? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, she had an injection?
Yeah.
We heard she went home to glory.
When? Recently? I know she just got the vaccine, but
That's what they're saying. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
why I didn't hear that in the
I didn't hear that
news?
part. Yeah, I did not hear that part.
Like places like
Definitely.
places like Reddit had it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's dead or not. I'm just saying, like, instead of just saying here I am, they're just saying, oh, she's doing good, she's all right. Literally, like
Only the hospital speaking for her, not her
Really?
family, not herself.
Wow.
Nothing.
it makes all like the Reddit stuff sound legitimate.
And then they tried to say like she already had pre-existing conditions when she passed out. Like
Yeah,
after
they
the
tried
fact,
to- yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
But I did see some memorial pages on Instagram.
Really?
What?
Wow.
But no Tiffany Dover. So it's just like, you know.
Oh, so she on her Tupac shit. Oh, see, this some crazy Illuminati shit. I don't fuck with shit like that. I told y'all the second coming was coming.
Oh my goodness.
She gonna be it.
That is crazy, man.
Oh wow.
So she just disappeared after getting a shot, and like every.
They not telling you the whole side of the story.
Yeah.
That's
See,
what
man.
it is.
It's all these false rumors. Like you would expect some mother to come out. Or,
Yeah.
Or at least a follow up. I mean, she did pass out.
Oh, even her husband.
Can you talk about?
She married?
She's married. She has 2 children.
Yeah, you would think it would be something going on with that.
Damn, man, they probably paid them
I was
people
about to say
off.
they might have paid her to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how that go.
She probably somewhere walking backwards and shit. I mean, damn.
Oh man, they say there's another wave that's hitting the UK right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like another strain of it.
So what we about to do over here in America?
That's
Like,
what
is
I'm
they
trying
gonna
to
shut the joint down, or you know?
Well, Cuomo is testing people coming off of those UK flights.
Really?
Yeah, he actually trying to get them bans from coming into
Really?
NY. Yeah, UK.
Wow.
Other countries banning them from coming too.
Are you serious?
Cuomo even has the sheriff getting them off the plane.
Are you serious?
Putting them straight into quarantine.
Oh, shoot.
But even people just coming from the States, because like when my mom was here, when she got off, like there were people, the military people at the gate
Waiting?
like, making you sign a thing, and they were calling to make sure you were like quarantining.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
They did that to my dad. He came from Atlanta to New York this summer.
Yeah.
Quarantine. He had to pick up the phone from wherever it's pinged every day, twice a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that's their way of tracking. So they don't literally go to your place and make sure you're there, but you have to check in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they asked my mom,
That's like having a damn PO.
Yeah.
You might as well have that.
God damn.
Yeah, to make sure you was quarantining. And you know,
This shit about to evolve.
New York had every city basically on damn
Just practice.
quarantine.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
How
That's
y'all
all it
feel
is.
Yeah,
about-
I know.
Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Craig.
No, I was about to say, I know within this week, at least 3 or 4 people have caught it, the COVID and shit over the little Christmas shit.
Really?
Just in the airport, just employees and shit.
Damn.
That's not including like, everybody else who work at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
My whole family just recovering from COVID.
Yeah, I got some family members too. My grandfather and grandmother,
Wow.
they just got over it.
But
yeah.
the sickest thing is like it's still motherfuckers out here who believe that the shit is just bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I was taking this motorcycle class. It was these dudes, they were some little white dudes or whatever. They like, I don't know nobody who's caught COVID. Have you known anybody who's died from COVID? They going around the circle. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I had people who've died from that shit, And then like it was the saddest shit about it was it hit me when I was talking to this girl at work, and it was the coldest shit I ever heard. She was like, yeah, man, people is dying from this shit. I lost my mother to this shit. I literally had to watch my mother on TV dying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are dying by themselves. Like, you can't, you in the hospital, like, all you can do is, like, either FaceTime. Yeah. Like, my one friend, she's a nurse in Atlanta, but she's been traveling the assignments to the COVID. She was in, San Antonio? And his God died, and he was like, before he died, he begged her not to put him on the ventilator, because he said, if I go on the ventilator, I know I'm going to die.
Damn, are you serious?
And so he told her, like, if something happened to me, it was out of her hands. Like, they, like, the doctor was saying, like, his breathing, like, he needed to go. And she was like, I don't have no, it's out of my hands. She was like, you a praying man, like, we just gonna pray, whatever. And he was like, well, I just need you. I know it's nothing to do with you, but can you please just let my wife know, like, I love her. Wow. So she sent me the message that she had to contact his wife and let her know, like, he's gone, like, he said he loved you. And I'm just like, I'm like, girl, you gonna need therapy, because she's been all over. She's like, it's nothing you can do. She was like, you just going in there and you just holding them, like, holding their hand, because they don't have no family. And I'm just like,
right.
I couldn't imagine, doing that every day. Like, I'm on these units where people are just dying.
Yeah.
Right.
That, oh my goodness.
I would take an opposing view. I would say that it's not that the disease doesn't exist. Because you could test anything, and we have a virome, we have a biome, and we have these viruses in our bodies all the time. So that's why some people can be tested, be asymptomatic, and not be captured. So then you have the other idea that while COVID can be tested for, like, look at the numbers. Look at, like, New York. Almost 40% of the people who died are from one city, right?
Yeah.
Then you have nursing homes. So if you add the nursing home deaths in New York City, deaths would be like 80%, right? So what they're really saying is, why don't any children get it, right? If it really is what it is, it wouldn't stop at a certain age and just sort of have these numbers of almost zero. You look around the world, Africa, the Caribbean, South America have, like, the whole continent of Africa has, like, 20,000 deaths. This is not. Yeah. This is like, you look at it right now, that's the death rate. Yeah. All the islands in the Caribbean, it's like 1 or 2. So what does that tell you? Yeah. What that tells me is it's about might not like to hear it now, but frequencies. Bigger, UK, California, New York got the biggest hits. Also the biggest cities, also more 5G capable. They're putting about 4,000 boxes a day, not a week. So what that tells me is it's more about what they would call apoxia and the fact that if for everything is frequency, right? So people have crystals. People have your body's vibrating at a certain frequency. As a musician, you know certain frequencies, certain musical notes can give you different expressions of thought or feeling.
Right.
So also when your oxygen uptakes at a frequency, if you look it up right now, your heart rate, your oxygen is at a frequency of 60 gigahertz. Why is 60 gigahertz important? Because that's approximately the frequency that 5G uses. So you're interrupting certain people's ability to uptake oxygen, to breathe, and then they're calling it, because that's also look at frequency poisoning. You're going to see things like loss of smell and taste. You're going to see things that are correlated to COVID, because at first COVID was a fever, chills, and body aches. Then it became strokes, blood clots, hypoxia. Before, only like left-wing people were saying, "Oh, this is hypoxia," but now they put it on the list of basically a symptom, and they call it silent hypoxia. That's what all that lung damage is for. So really, if you're vitamin D deficient, but if you live in the islands and live in Africa with low numbers, you have sunlight. Then you have the other idea is your iron deficiency. How many people you know that are anemic? But iron and vitamin D work together to help you uptake oxygen with the hemoglobin, right? So when you see these numbers, black people, it takes us 45 minutes to get our vitamin D. It takes white people 15 minutes to get that vitamin D, a straight sunlight in a row with like less than a coat on, right? So you have to keep in mind it's about your blood type, what your deficiencies are, because it's like cell theory. If the host is good, you can't be affected. You look healthy because you have congenital stuff going on, but it's not that it's a hoax. But look at all our freedoms taken away. Look at the middle class being gutted. The rich getting richer.
What we eating. You don't have access to a lot of, healthy herbs or whatever the case may be.
To me, this is our last bastion. You're going to look up and you can't go to the hospital with your wife. Oh, she might have COVID, right? That should never happen. So things like that. I'm just saying, without talking too long, it's more about that concept.
I see what you're saying.
That's crazy that you introduced like the 5G, the whole 5G thing too, because I heard that shit is like really a bad thing, like especially out here in these like countries and stuff. They've been having like protests trying to ban or trying to fight the implementation of 5G and shit, But I'm still like kind of puzzled about like exactly what 5G exactly is. I thought it was just like some cell phone type network type shit, but it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, a little more than that. It's a good question because I don't like just saying 5G. I like to kind of explain it and why and how it relates to our bodies and just stuff that you could just look up real quick and just see the numbers that I'm going to tell you, right? So 5G is not like 5 gigahertz. It's like basically between 29 gigahertz and 90 gigahertz of millimeter waves. So if you put in these boxes, like say every street light, utility pole, and if you're at an apartment building, it's going to be at either side of your apartment building. The danger of millimeter waves is like, you know how they have waves from the cell towers? They don't hit your body because by the time they reach that distance down to you, the effect has dissipated. But if you were to put the boxes everywhere at a higher frequency, and like I said, 29 to 90 gigahertz, that was also the range of what? Of your oxygen intake. If you look up oxygen uptake right now, you will see that oxygen has a frequency. And then say you Google the frequency of 5G, and it'll show you that it's 29 to 90 gigahertz depending on where you live. So you're going to so certain countries disallow 5G. They only have 2G in Australia. Australia has some of the lowest numbers of any Caucasian country, right? So you have to look at the frequency, and I don't like stoking like just bullshit claims. I'm just gonna break it down. Break it down by frequency, even if you're dealing with wireless technology, dealing with from like say beam to beam or tower to tower, right? You still can't have your frequencies interrupt each other. So what about the human beings who also live via frequency, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a disruption.
Yeah.
It's like if you're a musician, you have to be
right.
You gotta be playing different segments of that note, otherwise you sound like sound clash, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing with our bodies, same thing with our environment, and then you look at it, everything is one. You live in a fractal universe. Everything is related.
Right.
What do you think is going to happen to the human being? And just look at the numbers of the countries who have less technology and the countries who have more technology, and then you look up the numbers yourself, and you see the numbers are like there's more deaths in New York City. There's twice as many. There's like 5 times as many. Not 5 times. 20,000. 2 times as many deaths in just New York City, right? Than there is in the hot continent of Africa.
Wow.
So I don't know what kind of pandemic that would be, but I do know that 5G is not banging in Tanzania.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of what it's more about. It does exist, but it's like using a virus to cover something else.
Right.
While the AT&Ts of the world, who are going to get trillions from this technology, are not going to say to you, don't worry about that bill. We'll leave your phone on perpetually until the virus is over. They're cutting that shit off. Yeah. Tomorrow, right? Yeah. So if you really was about that and really cared about the people, you wouldn't see people being evicted. You wouldn't see people. You wouldn't see people in all this stress and people losing businesses of 30, 40 years. If they really cared about the people, people commit suicide off of this.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, give me the signs I'm seeing doesn't tell me you care about the people.
So, switching gears for a second, with COVID, how do you feel about the bill that they're currently trying to pass, and the president's take on it? How do y'all feel about it? Because it's kind of like from what I'm seeing and what I was already thinking, it's real tricky. It's a conflict for me personally of how I feel about it.
Well, I just got a notification that he vetoed.
So he did veto.
Oh, wow.
Right, well, I feel like, okay, so initially, the individual was supposed to get $600. Right. So he's going to wait until the very last minute and say, $600 is not enough. Give them more money. Right? So you're going to cancel this bill, and now we got to start all over again. And plus, the way they broke it down was, how much was it? $900 billion? So they giving money to the space program, to Israel, to all this other defense stuff, and you gonna give us $600?
This is $550 billion going towards the construction of the FBI.
Yeah, something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh,
but I just think it's another ploy for him to throw a temper tantrum because he's
right before he goes.
Trying to wait it out.
Yeah.
Trying to wait it out.
I think that's real.
That's wild as hell, man.
We always wait
that shit is
to
crazy.
do this stuff right at Christmas time.
And it's at our expense too, every time.
And they still going through with the shut.
Back to office. They've been in the office since the 18th.
They better cancel them Christmas vacations. Y'all better sit up in this room until y'all figure it out.
So are they still going through with the shutdown?
Yeah, from what I heard, the shutdown is they got until the 29th.
Yeah.
So
see if they come back.
So what are some holistic approaches to fighting COVID?
My particular favorite is what we call in the West Indies sorrow.
Okay.
That's a biscuit.
You mix that with some key lime and some honey. There's your extra vitamin C. So I've been drinking that since the beginning of the pandemic. See me with my coffee cup at work. That's what's in there.
Mix with a little thing. Get her through the day.
What a little something.
sugar.
Sometimes.
A little sugar.
Oh, all right. Give me the
Little
rest.
agave.
Agave.
Okay.
Maybe some more shaking up in there. Depends on how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I definitely do and I bought some herbs too, but that key lime and water in the morning too.
Every morning.
Clearing out the mucus in your body.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that. Black seed oil, my sea moss.
Oh, yeah.
Sunlight. Get outside. People do
Yeah.
not get outside. Like,
No.
you're driving in your car with your damn mask on. It's only you in the car. What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Them
What are you
masks
doing?
is fucking people up too, man.
Like, get outside. Like, they want you to, like, keep you inside. So then, eventually, when you do come out, you're going to get sick as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I think it's crazy.
Cause you're not supposed to wear them damn masks like that shit. That shit be fucking up my breathing and shit. And be walking around with phlegm. I feel like I'm getting sick every time I go to damn work and shit.
But I heard the masks are only effective from when. Well, I heard about this right when it started, and they were saying that the masks are only effective for about 10 minutes. After that, they just deem useless, and you're supposed to change them out.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's
I ain't never
temporary.
heard that.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what the mask that they give out at work have in it. Let me tell you something.
They're from China.
I be putting them on. I be sneezing. I be coughing. I be saying,
Oh my goodness.
I don't cough till I get there with my poor mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I be like, oh, mine before I put it on and let it air out a little bit. Some alcohol.
Oh, yeah. One day smelling like acetone.
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. I
Wow.
said, we are not doing this. We're going to get a whole new batch. We're going to get it
Yeah,
right.
they don't even. They just, here you go.
Right.
So I wonder, like, if the children, like, that's coming into this generation, like, if they're gonna be like have a future, like a stronger immune system to like COVID later on in life or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Parents don't know what to do. That's honestly what it is. Because they gonna
I would
push
say so.
vaccinations and all that on the kids coming up. So, because that's what's coming up next. They're gonna be like, your kid can't go to school.
Yeah, they were already saying that they can. I think for New York. I think I said that last episode about the whole no parental consent
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
vaccinations.
for the vaccinations.
Yeah.
That's a big thing up there.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So it just seems like New York is getting just the brunt of everything because I think a few months ago they were talking about that MMR vaccine
Yeah.
and how they were forcing that upon people.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
They forcing kids to take vaccines and shit.
I mean,
That's everybody, not just kids.
It was always, they always try to make it as hard as possible not to. But,
Yeah.
But they always start stuff to New York. New York is just a mecca because of what it sits on and where it's located. But everything pops off from New York. It's like a real a place where they give you signs of what's to come. So
Yeah.
whatever starts there will go around the nation and then the planet. But see, UK and US always play that role as far as New York and London. And
That's crazy, man. This, I don't know where we headed. that's my scary thing. Like, what? I hate to ask that question, but what is next?
Right, for
Well, I
2020,
mean-
for 2021.
I mean, if you read Revelations, this is the signs of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We can hear them seals crack.
Yeah. So,
Oh shit. I don't want to see no seals cracking.
yeah.
Hey, get your
God,
house
for
out.
only seals I want to see cracking is the seal on that motherfucking liquor.
the Hennessy sales, bro.
I don't want to see no dark horses, no headless horsemen, none of that shit.
Yeah, I ain't trying to see none of that either. That's some scary shit. That,
But like, I mean, if that shit, okay, let's get like real sci-fi for a second. You see some shit like that, what the fuck you gonna do? Where you gonna go? Like, what's your first move? You see a nigga running down the street with a head with his head off, and he on a black horse and shit, killing people and shit.
getting out of his way. Fuck that. That's
I'm gonna save myself.
right.
Yeah, I'm busting. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't care the bullets go through his ass. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna keep busting until the magazine is empty.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do something. I ain't gonna sit there and like no damn.
Die.
Yeah, fuck that. Ain't no sitting duck. Fuck that. I'm gonna do something. I just
So gonna be outside praying and shit.
So let's talk about the holistic side of things, right? Mm-hmm. So we had a last episode where we talked about the medicinal versus the holistic. Mm-hmm. And we brought it up on the episode that we wanted you guys in here because this is perfect. Mm-hmm. So, Sade, we were talking about, since, we were talking about the babies. That's kind of like been our key theme for the last couple episodes.
Babies, okay.
So let's talk about let's start with your company.
Yes.
Devine Vessel, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, so talk a little bit about it.
Well, I started Devine Vessel December of last year.
Okay.
And I've been
we got an anniversary.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was certified as a doula in 2018.
Okay.
Because once I got pregnant, I said I have to get it out the way because I'm not going to have the time to really sit and do the classes. So I did that and just took the year off because we had a newborn. Mm-hmm. So when I was finally ready, December 2019, got everything together, COVID.
Wow.
So it was a little disappointing because when you're coming out into that field, you really have to network. And everything that I was trying to do, like the big baby shower expos that come to every city, they come, you network. They have doula things where you network with other doulas and other medical providers and stuff like that. You can't do that with the lockdown. So you're reduced to Zoom and phone calls, text messages, email. That's it. Wow. And then every hospital in the beginning had these strict guidelines, like you can only have one person. Yeah. You can't have a doula. You can't have too many people in the room. So it was like, no. But then they fought for that, so doulas were permitted.
Along with the
partner.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
To come in and be a part of the experience.
So a question we had last episode, what is the difference between a doula and a midwife?
Big difference.
Okay.
A midwife is pretty much a nurse.
Okay.
You start off with a nursing background, then you go into that field. You are certified to provide or help the mother give birth. You can make medical decisions. You are in charge of that. That liability falls on you.
Oh, wow.
Doula, we are a support. We are assisting the mother during the birth. We do not offer any medical or make medical decisions. Okay. So, it's very different. And, people tend to get that mixed up. Yeah. A lot, but we don't make any medical decisions. We're just pretty much there to support you, the family, and whoever else is a part of the experience.
So you can have a midwife and a doula at the same time?
Okay. You can. Okay, and so with the doula, you also, because see, my understanding was that you mostly work with people that's having home birth. Or you can go to the hospital with them.
You can participate in a hospital birth. You can even have a doula during a C-section.
Really?
So, as long as you have somebody there to soothe you, somebody that can interpret what the doctors are saying, because you always need a middle person.
Yeah.
Because
you're not thinking.
You're really not thinking at all. Because when I had my oldest son, it was like a lot of stuff going on. I was young. I was 22. So it's like automatically, your pelvis is too small. You can't push a baby out of that.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
My dumb
and
self.
they push for a lot of people to, like, I've been reading that. I don't have no kids, but they push for a lot of women. They always quick to say, oh, no, you need a C-section.
Yeah.
They
Automatically.
Because it's more money for them.
Okay.
So they push for C-section. Some women don't even really need C-sections, from what I've heard.
But once you had a C-section, you can't have birth naturally after that.
True.
Oh, it's not true.
Wow.
Okay.
See, and I didn't learn that until later on.
It makes it harder.
No, you can have a VBAC.
What the heck is that?
A vaginal birth after cesarean.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it makes it
What the?
I thought it was
I'm a little lost.
where that's coming out from?
You can have a VBAC. It's just that after you've had a cesarean section, they're gonna have to monitor your incision site because even though they're cutting through like 11 layers.
Mm. Thank you, Lord. I didn't get that. Thank you.
Joseph was there to partake in that one. Yeah, they're cutting through all the layers and
To see organs and everything.
man, listen.
Really? You're strong, dude.
I'll tell you about that when she finishes it up. She would like.
But once they cut the uterus open the first time, it becomes an unstable environment.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be monitored throughout the pregnancy to make sure you don't have any kind of bursting or any rupturing going on where it would endanger you or the baby.
Oh,
the
my goodness.
Justin is so silly.
We feeling the same way, brother.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Oh my goodness.
There are some women that manage to have a VBAC after 2 cesarean sections.
Goodness
Power to
gracious.
them. I wish I could have, but all of my children are cesarean sections.
Yeah.
But you have to work hand in hand. And it kind of makes it challenging to, I would say, to have the most ideal experience. Because a lot of mothers, they want that home birth water and all this other stuff.
No, don't sign me up for that.
Don't have eclampsia.
Oh yeah.
Don't have
What's
gestational.
eclampsia?
Eclampsia is when your blood pressure goes up, and then you begin to swell quite rapidly.
What?
So
Like you
it'll
be looking like
fluctuate.
clumps.
Are you serious?
For real, for real.
Yeah,
My
brain-
cankles.
Can't like
My
you better
brain
learn
is
this
about to
shit
have
before you get,
clamps.
like,
We put that baby up in there.
wear flip flops.
Yep.
Are you
House
serious?
shoes. No, for real. I've seen some women that.
Oh,
like,
my
they feel
It's
God.
no
really
joke.
bad.
Preeclampsia can kill you and the baby.
Right.
Oh,
It's no
My
joke.
God.
So
My
you
damn
have to
brain
really
is having
have, like, a really
preeclampsia.
smooth pregnancy to have that most ideal experience. So
Oh my
gotta make
goodness.
sure it's complication free.
so like on the last episode, we was talking about like pregnancies heavy kind of, and we was talking about having pregnancy, like women standing up having pregnancies versus laying down.
You mean delivery?
What?
Pregnancy.
Delivery.
What did I say? I said some stupid shit.
A little bit.
Manliest thing. That's all. It's all right.
Doing a pregnancy finale. Or the finale.
But like, what is more like what what is that shit like? Is it more?
It's that nonsense of laying down. Like, come on now. You take a shit laying down.
Right, so it's against gravity.
So,
Like, yeah.
why would you lay there and try to push a baby out? You know, you have to get into the most natural positions where gravity works with you and not against you, and trying to push the baby out, because the baby is going to start to ascend into each station going through the birth canal. So you want to use that gravity to help push the baby out, or to at least get lower. That way you're able to give birth. Squatting is great. Doggy style, how you get it in is how you get it out. Doggy style works.
I don't think I want to see that version.
Get it how you live it.
Oh, it's great.
So you get into the natural position. Squatting is always best. You just, I mean, come on. It just works that way.
Okay, so that is a real thing. So okay, all right.
They do it
Glad
so
I
that
know
they
that.
have more control over the outcome and where they want you to be. Because I'm not pro hospital. We had a bad experience.
Really?
It was bugging.
They were bugging.
It
Really?
was like escaping from like a fucking like a commune or something. Evil nuns.
Crazy.
Wow.
Because we had I think our doctor was great. It's like as close to a home birth that you could have in a hospital with a cesarean section, but like we kept the placenta.
Yep.
They didn't. I asked them not to cut the cord until all the blood stopped flowing, because they cut the cord quickly usually.
Yeah.
And the 1/3 of the stem cells and blood is left there for them to experiment.
For them to do what they want to do with it and all that
So
DNA.
she let me. I watched the baby come out and she let me look at it and asked me when I wanted to stop to cut it. So and then we don't take any vaccination. So they want to give the baby like 5 or 6 by the time they leave the hospital.
No.
And then they want to give her give him the blue lights.
What's the blue lights?
Like if, for example, like they'll the bilirubin numbers. The bilirubin is like that. You know how babies have that orange poo?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the bilirubin that's breakdown of the red blood cells. So every baby has a bilirubin number, nanograms per deciliter, right? So if you but if they touch a baby's blood who got more blood cells, right, and is breastfeeding, they're more likely to have high bilirubin numbers.
Yes.
But they are immune modulators, an immune modulator. So what happens is they'll test the baby, and they'll say the number's high, got to put them under the blue lights, which for a black baby particularly, you're messing with the melatonin, the sleep cycles, more agitated, ADD, because these things are planned years in advance, right?
Yeah.
So what happens after that is they kind of force you. Like we were leaving, right? I was like, I'm gonna get that paperwork signed everybody out. They were like, oh, the baby and the mother have to stay. I was like,
No.
they was like, we're not staying. Oh, the baby can stay by himself.
Absolutely
No.
We don't let him out of our sight at the hospital. Actually,
No.
we don't do that. But
Yeah, see me right stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you don't let him out of the sight. And then so now they wanted to sign like a letter saying that you understand you neglected to do this and you're not holding us liable like it's a big deal, right? But sunlight takes care of that. And in bilirubin numbers, they're not going to tell you that is for your immune system. That's why breastfeeding babies have better immunity because they have more bilirubin, but they're going to make bilirubin a negative number. And they go through all of this nonsense because my cousin works for Blue Shield as a nurse practitioner. She's a supervisor of the nurses, right? And I called. I said, well, they're going hard for this. How much does Blue Cross build a hospital for bilirubin? So it's per day. So I was like, okay. They wanted to do it for 2 days. So she says, oh no, between 15 and 25,000 per day.
What?
Damn.
That's how much they charge for that. And she's been a nurse for 35 years. So she knows the ins and outs of what
So it's 30,000 just for 2 days.
Just for 2 days.
2 days, but that's if you don't get the blue light.
Right.
But that's what not that you will get that coverage, but one hand washes the other. Because all these companies are interrelated, so it's never a loss.
Yeah.
It's always a money grab for them, right? So once that happened, now we go to the first doctor's appointment. So now they're comparing notes
Because you didn't do
it's
certain
no van,
things.
so you gotta be going to No Van South Park. First appointment, they're like, see, he didn't get the vaccinations. I see you. I see you do blue lights. So they call my wife right after we had the first visit, like because we didn't do any other blue lights. They were like, oh my God, bring him to the hospital right away. 7 p.m.
It was late.
They be irritate me when they be acting like it's an emergency.
We had 11 a.m. appointment. They called her phone at 7 p.m. Now, mind you, I made the appointment. They called my phone to get to confirm it, and everything else. When I got there, which good contact number? My number and her number. Just because that's how it was in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Because now, so she calls so she believes in what I believe in, but.
Ooh,
she's like, oh my, she was frantic. I was like, he's right here. He's fine. You know what I'm saying? I talk like that. He's here. I'm like this, hello? He's good. You know what I mean? So the next day, I was like, look, the next day when he survived the night, right? She calls my phone now.
We be emotional.
You know what I'm saying? And I was postpartum.
And it's our baby. It's our little baby.
I mean, I ain't gonna say the other words I can say about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice about it. You know what I mean? So now she calls my phone. The nurse, I think she was a PA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she calls the phone like, did you It's like did you do that? You know what I'm saying? Got that done, son? Like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's basically on that kind of shit, right? So now I'm like, okay, what's the number? Like she called, said the test was bad. It's an emergency. It's frantic, but never gave a number.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think the normal.
didn't think about
the normal range is like 6.1, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's this number, bro?
Mm-hmm.
She's like 8 or whatever it was. way lower than the hospital, but a little higher than what they would term as good. But again, I was like, but it went down. I was like, do you realize I know what I'm talking about? And she went on and on and on. Now, mind you, I didn't say this part, but when we didn't do any of the vaccinations and we didn't want to do the treatment when we got out after our first visit, nothing. No circumcision either. That's another story. But now they said you can't come to us no more.
What?
They said that you can't be in our network.
Are you serious?
So then when she called me back and I told her, first of all, he is going down sufficiently. He's in the sunlight. Then I told her that it's an immune modulator. So what really is the problem? You would expect a nursing baby to have a higher number, right? Yeah. Okay. Then she hung the phone up. Called me back, right? And said, we could work with you.
What?
Just tell us which ones you want to take.
So now she's trying to give you a deal.
Yeah, like I'm like, we're good. We go to South Carolina, all the way to Greer,
Wow.
to the highest rated non-vax doctor that we could find.
Yeah.
So there are so
Well, they call it vaccine friendly,
Yeah, vaccine.
but basically they
But
have
there
to
is-
they have to tell
There's
you that there's a
big
shot to take
database.
because it's kind of regimented like that.
Yes.
But that's all they do. They're not like other people who be like, you better take this shot, son.
Yeah.
You better do.
Wow,
They'll be
yeah.
like, you want him to do the shots today? Then that's the last thing they're gonna say about that.
Okay, so for our listeners, there are places where you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, they have a
If you don't
vax-friendly
wanna do-
database. I think the one I saw was on, you would have to Google search vaccine-friendly list.
Okay.
And the best one I saw was on babycenter.com.
Baby
Giving
Center?
you
Okay.
state by state vax-friendly doctors and doctor offices and stuff like that.
But that's what doulas are for too. Remember when I was telling you, like, I was looking like they have all your paperwork because they're gonna try to get you to sign all this and all that. So that's why doulas are there to support you with all that.
And as a doula,
Paperwork.
well, me in particular, I have paperwork as well because I need to know where you're at.
Yeah.
And that way, when we go to the doctor, because you can't accompany to appointments and stuff like that, we got to be on the same page and be able to have that discussion. So that way, when it's time, I see your notes, I have my notes, we know what we're working with. And then that's pretty
Now,
much
what is because a lot of people, some people are getting more into doulas as far as because of the the way the doctors are these days and being black, we are black, okay?
Yeah.
What's the ranges for a doula service? I know a friend of mine who's in Texas, like she was looking up and it was like, ranging from like $900 to, so like what is ranges for different doula services?
every state is different.
Right.
On average here in North Carolina, it ranges from about $900 to $1,200.
Okay, so that's about average. Then. Okay, so $900.
Because you have a lot of services as a doula, and people don't realize that you are dealing with the mother before and during the birth and after, and sometimes a little extra after.
That was going to be my question. What? Okay, so just to throw a scenario out there. Say you're providing your services, correct? Everything goes well, and something may happen to the baby well after. Is there a liability on you for that?
No.
Like, okay, so where does the liability end as a doula?
The liability
Really none though, right?
There can be.
Okay.
There can be. It really depends on the situation that you're in, because that's why I emphasize that we don't partake in the medical aspect.
Yeah.
We are a support system.
Okay.
You know, like if
You
the
my
mother,
lover. You my side lover.
So basically, you have a contract.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have a lot of paperwork, actually.
Wow.
I have photo release forms for like,
Really?
if you want to post. Some people are comfortable with posting their experiences and stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah.
Photo release form.
Yeah.
I have a form for like, what is your health history? What is your ideal experience? Birth plans, all kind of stuff. I can't think of
So can men be doulas?
Are you interested in learning?
You know, take a little money off of
I
the
mean,
little
they
baby. Go on.
gynecologists. I don't see why not.
Yes, there can be men doulas.
Really? Oh wow.
It's rare, I'm sure.
It's very rare.
Are they
but-
called doulos?
Oh my gosh.
This word is not
That a more
Spanish.
masculine terminology?
I don't know
God,
what they call
Chicos.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go talk to my nigga. He my doula and shit.
Oh man.
Rubbing all on the mother like that.
Right. Daddy be like, all right, now do low.
Getting all of the endorphins in.
In fact, the baby about to be produced. Everybody get the fuck out the room. I can't imagine. That's
Okay, so
Hell.
the last episode we were talking about not cleaning the baby off after the birth. Give us the benefits of that.
Yeah, so I was reading that they say that's like an extra coat, like to help the baby. And about the stuff on the eyes, they saying you should not, it's like a cream they put on the baby eyes.
It's vitamin K drops.
They say you shouldn't do that if you do not have. See, I was doing my research.
I'm impressed. Sade is not even playing.
I know.
You know what it is. I call it baby frosting, but it's actually called Vernix.
Baby
And-
frosting.
See, my baby can have frosting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baby frosting.
Wait, Golden was like, no, clean that baby off.
You called me when it's
Craig
about
said the
12
same
days
thing.
old.
You got, you know what? You got way more though vaginally, of course.
What you said now?
Way more the Vernex. Like you get some if you have like a cesarean, but you get all the good stuff.
Oh, you said
If it's
way more. I thought you said way more. I'm like,
Oh no! Way more. Like you get more vaginally, just as a secretion.
With our baby, we didn't have him bathe at the hospital. We kept the Vernix.
for how long?
3-4 days was it?
Yeah, see, I told you it was about 48 hours, they say at least.
How long was it?
I mean, you don't have to, but.
Well, traditionally in my family, because I come from a Belizean Jamaican family, they strict. You don't bathe the baby until the cord falls up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time.
How long would that be?
It depends. I remember
On
it.
average, with my children, 2 weeks.
Okay.
But
I know they say.
But we do wash them up. You know, you get the basin,
Yeah.
soap and water. You wash them up.
I thought it was
Until
longer than 2
you wash
weeks.
around the belly button.
Damn.
Make sure it stays dry, because
Really?
that will reduce chances of infection, because it starts to detach, and then they bleed and they get a little discharge there. So you don't want nothing to get in there. That's why
Now, what are some of the health benefits to leaving it on there and letting it fall off naturally?
the cord.
Yeah, the cord. Sorry.
Well,
cord.
if it's cut, it's stumped. You just let it fall off. But if you have a lotus birth,
What
it's
the world is
just-
that?
a lotus birth is when you deliver the baby and the placenta attached.
Ah.
And you make sure, this is the important part, you take your placenta, you wrap it in some gauze, you get some good smelling herbs like some lavender, some rose, some calendula, and you pack it to reduce that smell, because that's rotting flesh. So, a lot of people who do lotus birth, it's like a spiritual experience, and it's beautiful. So you'll just leave it and let it naturally detach. But the funny thing about it is that with a lotus birth, the cord falls off after 2 days.
That's what I kept hearing.
Yeah. After 2 days, it falls off. Whereas if you stump it, you gotta wait like a couple days to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll fall off together. Like it won't be like As you said, it just be naturally how it should be.
Yeah.
People burn it.
Oh.
Yeah, I have heard about
okay,
that.
so let me ask you about this keeping this placenta thing, because I know in some cultures they cook it and eat it, and what would you be doing? What would you do with yours? I mean,
Fuck.
Experience.
Put it on the grill.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Ooh.
I thought I could actually, but go ahead. Finish the story.
this is it. They
And
dry
no.
it and then they crush it up
For
sometimes and put it in food.
months, Joseph wanted to eat the placenta.
Oh,
Really?
He was serious, and I had to prepare it.
Not the whole
Not the whole
placenta.
thing, but he wanted to eat it.
like a ribeye, like a little slice.
Yeah, I was going to say like a steak.
It looked like a big piece of, like a gigantic piece of like.
It looked like a damn
Like,
date,
was
a
it-
prune. The way it looked like a tree, but I don't
But
know.
man, the texture in your hands is
Like okay, like if you like dry it a little bit, and turn it over, it'll look like a tree of life. Like you'll have to like
Really?
that
The veins.
veins.
Yeah.
But then sitting in that tub that we had,
Oh, no.
it looked like it's like blue, purple, reddish, like that real deep red
Oh,
blood color,
man.
just like a huge piece of steak.
Wow.
Liver.
Wow.
So I looked at, but the blood made me not eat it. I was like, it looked too bloody, and I can't make this right.
Joe.
So the other option,
Joe.
we buried it.
Hell
What you
no.
You buried the
I
bigger
buried
part.
it.
I took a little sliver of it, and I put it in a big mason jar with devil's springs, and I made my placenta tincture.
Wow.
what is that?
And what does it do?
What is that?
I've heard
Placenta
of it.
tincture. I wish I could remember the proper hormones that stays in the placenta. Either way, the high levels of hormones that's in your placenta is what's going to help you for the rest of your
They
life.
say it helped with like postpartum too.
It did.
Really? Okay.
Even though I was emotional as hell, but it really did. It helps with teething too.
Oh.
I used to give Amanique a little rub.
Really?
Wait, so you rubbed the whole placenta, or did you
No, she
No,
made
the
it.
tincture.
the tincture that you made?
Because the alcohol is what draws out the
Draws out.
hormones.
Okay.
But it's a continuous thing because you're preserving it and you're always keeping it in there. So all you got to do is just add more alcohol as you go along. That way
This
you're
is-
able to keep it for life.
This is some interesting ass shit.
It is.
Science project.
Like
It's a huge jar, but if
This
You got to shake it a bit. You see the little bits.
this shit
around,
sound like
but that's beneficial.
This sound like we about to-
That child will be 18 by the time that jar is finished. That's how it goes.
Wow.
And anytime she's emotional, like right
He be
before
doing
a
it.
cycle or something,
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
tell her to go get some.
Yeah.
please get some. Did you take it?
Did you take
Like, you gotta do it with a smile.
it sound like
took
we
your
putting
hormones
together
today?
Frankenstein on this motherfucker.
Yeah. and she's good after that. I was like, you took it, didn't you? I see you. And that's what I
Like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Goodness, I don't know if I can get with all of this.
Oh my goodness.
Even when you're
brother.
getting
Man,
sick,
just record it.
if you getting a cold,
Yeah.
you can take some.
Yeah.
You got the flu, take some of your placenta. It knocked that bad boy right out.
I bet it would.
It's powerful stuff.
Damn, I'm like a kid when it come to medicine and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can only take. You got to take half the pill. They got to cut it in half.
I can't take I don't take no medicine. I
They
can't
got to
take
put
that
it in your
shit.
applesauce.
Yeah.
You gotta feed it to me and shit. You're a strong man, bro. Damn, man, that's crazy. So you stood through the whole process and watched the whole procedure, like during the whole pregnancy, the birthing.
Yeah, like I mean, I have 3 biological children, so it's all kind of the same thing. You know, we have our youngest in common. But I always just like, you know, so the father comes in, and the woman has like her head, and it's like a tarp, and then the doctor's working on her. I generally I'm there until she passes out, which is really quick. As soon as they put that needle in her, for a cesarean section anyway, all my children were cesarean sections. they knock out like in 1.1 milliseconds, right?
Damn.
I'm like, can I get that at home? But no, right? So now, so then after they out, I kind of look. I look at the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hers was amazing because they couldn't get him out. He came out. Right, Sade, later on. Safe travels to you. Yeah, but yeah, like I watched it like last time. Like he had like really wide shoulders, so they would like forcing. Like one had his head. That's how I could see how some people they could do that sometimes.
Oh God,
it happens.
Yeah.
And so the other doctor had to stretch her out because it wasn't like a room. It's like real tight.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You don't feel that?" I think you were awake.
I was awake.
You were awake that time. The other time it was like she was actually put out, but it was
damn.
anesthesia, which is better. But it was amazing. Like I look at her like, look, women get all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And great to watch because they go through it. You might as well watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I kept the stomach.
Yeah.
I'll probably be in there acting crazy, screaming about, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
tough.
Yeah.
That is tough, man.
It's beautiful though.
Yeah. I know this isn't going to be the last time we're going to have y'all here. So I know we're going to probably do another part to this as well.
Okay.
So we can delve even
Because you
deeper.
gotta talk to us about your products too. You left that out.
Oh, we can talk about that now. Let's, for the last 5 minutes that we got left, talk about Devine Vessels, what you have, what you got in store for the future. This is all your time right here.
Boy, the funny thing is, when I started my business, I had a store. My web designer, my sister's friend, Sin, designed my website initially, and he was like, "You got a store?" I said, well, "What am I going to put in the store?" He was like, "Get some merch, get some shirts, get some onesies or something." I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But I wanted to put the things that I used when I was pregnant in the store, so that's what I ended up doing, and then here we are.
Wow. Okay.
Here we are. So I have like different Irish moss gel infusions.
Okay.
I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it traditional to how I was raised with moss and with somewhat incorporating the flavors of what we grew up eating and stuff like that. So I have I think the favorite is pineapple ginger turmeric, soursop.
Okay.
Plain is another favorite. We got another one coming out for the guys, man.
Oh yeah.
Good one.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Don't forget Superlative C and powder.
Oh, Superlative C is a new one. We kind of combine like vitamin C and stuff in it to make it more potent. Some kombu, some dulse, which is other sea vegetables to go along with moss, which is the sea vegetable.
It's the best one.
Whatever. I have stuff for the body, the yoni bars, which seems to be very popular.
Yeah.
Yoni bars, them ladies keeping them yonis right. I started incorporating butters. I used to make butters. I used to make soap a lot back in the day. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just bring those in because that's what I used when I was pregnant. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. It's just we do a lot of things. So we just try to spread it out, not just put it all out there.
Yeah. Where can they find the product?
On Devine Vessel LLC.com.
Okay.
Click on shop. If you're looking you want to book a consultation with a doula, click book now. It's all there.
Sweet. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff too?
Yes, Devine Vessel, Devine_Vessel LLC on Instagram and Devine Vessel LLC Facebook.
Right now. That sounds good, man. Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Definitely. Oh, man, this was a good episode. Oh, I hope you guys listened and took notes. I definitely did. I learned some shit that I have no clue about.
Hell yeah.
You better get ready.
When that time comes, we will be calling.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
There.
Definitely. So with that being said, this is your boy, Comedic Energy.
Your girl Golden.
Keisha Nesbitt.
And Sade dipped out on us, but it's all good. We still love her anyway.
Your boy Cranu.
Yeah, we out. Peace out, people. Be safe. This show is produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. If you're looking to rent premium sound equipment for your next concert or podcast at a low price, go to www.livewiresoundent.com.